What's that, Marge? Oh, just read the thing on the thing there. Okay, gotcha. This podcast contains scenes of violence, adult language, and if we did our jobs right, disturbing subject matter. Yeah, listener discretion is heavily advised. Oh, yeah. Is that it? Did I do good? All right, I'm going to go listen to Genesis.
Hey there, listeners. Is there a hole in your heart that only desert bears can fill? Does fantasy heroism make you yawn? Do good roles keep getting in the way of interesting stories? Daniel's Dread Tales is the show for you. We've got more desert bears than any other podcast. We've got a character who's an embodiment of breakup brain. We've got angry steampunk wives and rolls so consistently low, you'll think our dice are fixed in a way that doesn't really make sense. Here's just a taste.
I would say cooler, but that would imply a bit cooler. The shadow is black, even in infrared vision.
Oh, so that's actually even more scary.
So if you're looking for something new in your role-playing podcast, check out Daniel's Dread Tales, wherever you find your podcasts.
Welcome to the Stars Aren't All Right, a Call of Cthulhu podcast, which we try to make scary, but some people keep hijacking it and talking.
What are you talking about?
Phil Collins.
I don't understand.
I am Catherine, and I will be your keeper this evening. We are looking at part 2 of our Call Center of Cthulhu short campaign that we're doing here. To introduce ourselves today, we have our whole cast of crew here, and let's start off with a question.
Yes is the answer.
No.
Ooh.
You answered correctly, both of you. No, actually, I don't have a question, so please don't.
Wait, do we get to ask you a question?
Yeah, is that what you implied?
How about you ask me a question? Let's do, yeah.
Great idea, Catherine.
Great idea. Great idea, Catherine.
My question is, how did you come up with such an original way to start the podcast, Catherine?
I learned from the best, actually. Alex, you really set the stage to how we like to start the podcast. And I really follow in your footsteps.
Why do I feel like this is going to end up being mean?
Because it's a lie.
No,
well, that didn't take long.
So we've had a question from Alex.
What's the title of the last smut material you read?
Oh, that's a good one. That's
interesting.
A good question.
I am currently reading for the first time A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Ooh.
I know it's very popular. However, my favorite of all time is,
how you listen to interesting stuff
is I got really into Korean romance novels and smut novels for a really long time. So now I'm trying to get back into the American, but it's not quite the same. Actually,
tentacles?
Well, none of them are tentacles.
They're graphic novels, okay?
That took a long time to say that.
Yeah. She's like, well, the tentacles never penetrated anybody, so it doesn't count, technically.
There's one called Under the Oak Tree that is my absolute favorite, and it actually is going to be published in hard copy in English for the first time in November. So I did pre-order that yesterday.
Were you reading them in Korean?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, they were.
She's just making her own voices.
What's your book about? I have no idea.
You run them through translators, so they get like really screwed up. So I'm really excited to hear it actually professionally translated. But I've read 2 novels translated on a translator from Korean.
Wow.
It's never been good fucking smut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a high
so good.
effort.
It's
Imagine
so
if it's
good.
like so much worse than you thought it was. That'd be hilarious.
The best part is that the main character has a stutter as well, so it really screws it up in the translator. But Reddit really helps with the comprehension part of it too.
To Reddit to help translate your smut?
God,
That's
you
where
did
we all
homework
go.
for your porn.
That's insane.
It's wild.
It's a great book. It's a great story. It's more than smut. But yes, I am reading Sarah J. Maas right now. And the first book, less spicy than I'd want it to be. I'm really, really holding out for that second book.
I've heard it's predominantly foreplay.
It's all
Yeah, no fairy cheeks getting clapped in book 1, folks.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Sad.
Wait, that's implying your dad was hoping that fairy cheeks would get clapped in book 1?
No.
Dad, trust me, they get
Dad,
clapped.
they're gonna get clapped,
no.
Dad.
Oh no.
Daddy.
Daddy. They clap the cheeks, Daddy.
Well,
Tom.
Yeah, I have less of a question, more of a riddle. 20 white horses on a red hill. First they tramp, then they stamp, then they stand still.
Oh, we all know this one. My darling, their teeth.
Thank you. Also weird you did homework for porn, but go on.
Hey.
Look, women are used to having to work harder, okay?
You do have to
Oh,
work there.
damn.
True.
Made it real.
True.
Made it
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah.
Ain't none of us got 20 teeth left. Go fuck yourself.
Speaking for Central Alberta, Alex.
Okay, so a question. Interesting. There's some questions, there's some riddles. I guess, which subreddit do you go to learn the context of your smut novels?
This one's specific. This one is Under the Oak Tree, r/Under the Oak Tree.
Wow.
Yeah. There are actually this is Brian, we can cut this.
No, absolutely not.
I was really hoping it was going to be Poland ball.
There are a few of my other favorite Korean novels that I've also translated or have been translated by fans. Some of them I read that have been translated by fans. But I buy them in Korean first, and then I'll either translate them or I'll read fan translations. But one of my favorite ones translates really, really poorly, and every time I read it, I'm afraid somebody is going to go through my history or like look at what I've been reading, because it's called Predatory Marriage, but it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds great. Whatever. There's none of us should throw shade because nobody wants their browser history revealed. So that's fine.
How about that?
Thanks, Catherine.
Thanks, Catherine. Thanks for sharing.
This is worse than I. I should have come up with a question.
I love how you could have just introduced the podcast and instead you were just like, actually, we're going to play Truth or Dare and I'm going to pick Truth 4 times in a row.
I don't know
Great
any
strategy.
other. I don't know anything else except for Truth.
At this point, we now have 8.5 minutes of recorded audio of just Catherine's smut habits.
We can cut all of this.
I don't
We're
know.
gonna cut. None of you are gonna hear
Patreon
any of
content.
this.
Yeah, they could be.
No.
Join us
hell
on
yeah.
Patreon for Catherine's smut habits. You too could
We're actually
understand
spinning that off as
poorly
a separate podcast.
I will.
Korean.
I will
Catherine reviews
actually
smut
talk
novels.
about novels on Patreon. If this is something you're interested in, please tell me.
It's such a
because I
podcaster
would-
move. It's like, I'll do it. I'll do it for Patreon. Like, whatever.
I'll do
Whatever
it.
you need.
I just want to talk to people about smut. That's all I want to do.
That's a noble goal.
It is a noble
We can
goal.
read your smut on the podcast.
Oh my God.
Do a table reading.
Yeah, table read of Korean smut.
The caveat is it's just me. It's me reading it and I'm doing all the voices.
But as Craig. You reading it as Craig.
No, me reading it as Piotr, even worse.
Oh my God, that is worse. Editorializing. All right. Are we getting into it?
Let's get into it. Where are we? Alrighty. So, while we left our valiant call center employees, they had just met Todd, where he had been doing something a little bit suspicious. All of the electronics in the call center had gone down. And going to find him in IT, they see him controlling all of this electronic energy. He has this book in front of him and he banishes all of our players out of the room and the IT room disappears. During that time, we heard Augustus screaming for help. We find our crew outside of the IT room in a hallway unmarked, heading towards Augustus's screaming.
It is very loud. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's, I mean, he doesn't yell unless he's gotta. So it's probably for a good reason though.
Right.
I'm going to defer to seniority on this issue. I don't really know what's going on.
Oh, Augustus is good. He's coming to the roast on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
What is happening? No, this is not good. You hear in the distance.
Uh-oh.
Craig heads off towards the screaming and wants to come up to Augustus. And if I turn the corner into his office, what do I see?
You see Augustus just in complete panic. The interdimensional gates are totally dark. Nothing's going on.
Craig looks around and takes in the situation and goes, Augustus, I'm here to remind you that the designated screaming hours are every third Friday of the month between 3:30 p.m. and 5:30 p.m.
I do not have time for your bullshit. I am trying to get these back up and running, and I need help. This is going to take a lot of energy, and I do not have it right now.
And why do these need to be running, Augustus?
These are our protections. This is what protects the call center as we sit in between dimensions. Anything could be in the call center now.
Oh, you're telling me about it. The other day, there's this toilet that was clogged
I do
up.
not have time for you.
Augustus, you know what else protects this call center, and chiefly our faculties of hearing is the policy on designated screaming hours, which keeps the decibels below an acceptable level for 95%
Greg.
of the working day.
I need your help. This could be the promotion you've been looking for.
Oh, that's exciting.
Is it?
Sorry, it is.
Oh.
Period. Full stop. It just is. That is a statement. That's the way you like it, eh, Craigular Joe?
Howdy. You must be.
Why don't we bring management into this equation?
Agreed.
Great idea. Cathy, I need your team's help. Have you seen Olive? She is supposed to be working with me. I'm supposed to be training her, but I can't get a hold of her right now. Can you all help me?
What are we doing?
I feel like Cathy, her head is kind of bowed down and kind of just standing there, almost kind of like limp. And it feels like her body kind of like shudders a little bit. And her head snaps up. She's like, oh, somebody talking to me.
Cathy, it's about the designated screaming hour policy.
That is not what it's about.
No, I was actually telling a story about a plugged up toilet I saw the
That
other
is
day.
also not what it's about. You shut up.
What plugged the toilet?
I'm so glad you asked. Okay, let me tell you.
I need somebody to roll something. I also have to explain to our listeners here that in order to keep our crew a little checked in, I have been given 3 Nerf guns for across the table.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
One is a shotgun.
Oh God.
It's okay, audience. She can't aim. We're safe.
I need a roll. The gates are down. This is bad news. Bad news for you. If you cannot get these gates back up and running.
What's happened to the gates?
The interdimensional gates went down with the power outage. They're not supposed to be able to do that. They run on their own individual power. I don't know what's happening.
Hey, listener, there is the horniest cat any of us have ever heard in the background here, and none of us are dealing with it very well at all. Brian keeps looking at that shotgun that Catherine has and being like, well, that might solve the problem.
I could do it.
The gates are down. The gates are down.
So help.
Cathy tries to do a smile. I'm gonna roll with disadvantage.
No. No.
Holy shit.
What, Cathy?
That's a 99.
Ooh, I think we have a
damn.
fumble, folks.
Fumble.
So what happens to Cathy's
dear.
face on a fumble smile?
What happens to Cathy on a fumble?
Do you want me to decide?
Yeah, you decide.
Okay, well, because she has sunglasses on, you can't really see the eye twitching, but you can see her face kind of just starts twitching upon realizing that the gates are down. And as she tries to put a smile on her face, instead, all the skin just starts like drooping down and down and down until her head almost pretty much disappears into her
Thorax.
trench coat. Her pelvis.
So right now she's just a
It's
hat,
just like
a
some blonde
sunglasses.
hair kind of still coming out of a trench coat, and the fedora is just sitting on top.
Perfect. Perfect.
Maybe for like, I don't even feel like you're staring at her. for, like-
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Let's just say indefinitely. That sounds good. Yeah. And what do you hear from inside of the trench coat? I think we have to hear something. Excellent.
And then all of a sudden the head just pops right back up. Woo! She grabs the top of her fedora to keep it from flying off. Nobody saw that, right?
Should we make sanity checks?
I think that you can make, let's make some sanity checks across the board. This is a pretty stressful situation.
A 99.
Good Lord.
I succeed.
I fail.
Craig is unperturbed. Craig just kind of gestures vaguely at Cathy, and he's like, "This is what lack of respect for the yelling hours policy does, Augustus. It's highly disruptive. This job already ages people. We don't need to do it any faster."
And then Howie is just like focused on Cathy, his eyes wide. He just says, "You do yoga with Adrian on the YouTubes?
Yes.
It shows."
Thank you.
Do you have low blood sugar? You gotta eat that bread I gave you. It'll fuel you right up. You'll stop collapsing in on yourself. Speaking of which, hello, sir. My name is Caldwell Hitch McGee, but my friends, enemies, and everything in between call me Lonestar. Is your blood sugar low?
Almost chronically.
Here, have some banana bread.
No, I don't need anything from you except for your help. Here, I need you all to help give me some energy and guidance. I'm not feeling great. Actually, that banana bread sounds pretty good.
And I didn't want you to upset Goodness Gracious. It's okay, girl. He didn't mean it.
Is that a horse?
Yeah, that's Goodness Gracious. She's my noble steed.
Does Goodness Gracious have a lot of horsepower?
Technically, she produces 2 horsepower.
That's
Oh, wait,
nonsensical.
really?
Yeah.
I would have thought one.
No, that's where you're wrong. Most horses produce more than 1 horsepower.
Huh.
Huh.
Well, I learned something today.
Yeah.
You know, whatever else happens, this is a good day. Because I learned something.
Augustus, the doors.
We have to get these doors back up and running, or else this is going to be terrible for the call center, and we will all lose our jobs, and the call center may collapse in on itself. Who knows what has gotten in?
Augustus, we've worked together for 15 years now, and I've never
We have,
really
Craig.
understood what you do. And now you're telling me that the doors are closed so things can get in? How does that work?
Can't we just open them?
Less so the doors are closed, and more so the doors are unrestricted by my magic.
Can't they just work like the other doors that we use every day? Because you close them. If it's closed, you just open them.
The thing that's soon to be revealed as an eldritch horror speaks truth and sense.
But
I
I
they
think
were-
that's a compliment.
Thank you.
Is your middle name Eldritch?
No.
Oh.
Maybe it's like a fun nickname. Craig always gives fun nicknames.
So our focaccia base is collapsing in on itself as the bubble reduces from too many slapping folds. How do I fix how?
I need your expertise and your energy.
Craig has a look of incredulity on his face for the first time you've ever seen as he goes, "You need my expertise?"
You're the only thing I have right now, guys. I live for this call center, and no one can find out. Greta, nor Victor, nobody can find out. And where is Olive? She's supposed to be here with me. She's supposed to be helping.
Craig, what exactly do you want us to do? Would you like me to take the abstract concept of the metaverse and put it on hold? Because I will.
Wait.
I'll do that, Craig.
We need magic.
You give me any energy you can in whatever way you know how. And I can fix the portals, but I'm just feeling so weak these days.
Everyone make a listen check.
That is a extreme success for Craig.
Hard success for
That
Howie.
would be a big nope from your boy, Lonestar.
Oh, also, Lonestar, you failed your sanity check.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did do that.
Can you roll a d4 for me?
Yeehaw. That's a 3.
Can you half that and round down and take that amount of sanity damage?
1.
1.
All right.
I knew it was 1.
Exercising the mind.
Can you half that round down? Yeah.
Tom,
Lonestar, you
Matt-
are mildly annoyed by the disappearance of someone's head into their torso. You're just like, well, that's inconvenient.
Hey.
This is a new job, and you're like, I don't quite understand the staff.
Yeah, well, yeah,
dynamics
you're in
here.
a new job. There's the politics, the office politics, and you don't want to get in the middle of it.
Didn't realize HR
Yeah.
stood for head removal, but I guess that's just the way it is.
Okay, guys. So, in order to give Augustus the energy that he needs to build back this firewall and open up these portals again, we need to roll something. Now, I know that your specialties all lie in different places. So, without being total fucks about it, can you
I'm going to roll for total fuck. That's a 49.
Can we finish my listen roll really quick?
Oh, yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Hard
Sorry,
success.
sorry.
Hard success.
So for those who, got any matter of success, when Augustus talks about like giving your energy, once again, you hear like coming like directly from Cathy. And Cathy's just like, stop it! And like kind of shuffles her body and then looks up.
Craig, with all the social decorum that you would expect from Craig, pinches his head down over and slowly walks towards like the center of the trench coat where Cathy's like sternum would be, and is just like gonna push his head up against her to try to listen.
She's going to back up.
Craig pursues.
And as Craig pursues, Olive just screams into the room.
Olive!
Howdy.
What is happening? Augustus, I got your calls, and this shouldn't be happening, and I'm sorry I was away. I didn't really mean to. I have this thing I volunteer at, and I was just there, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay. August is having a bad time. Let me tell you this. Augustus is having a bad time. I'll tell you this. What are you doing Saturday?
And she pushes right by you and goes straight to Augustus. And with a 3 on her occult roll,
Oh, dang.
she puts her hands up against Augustus and
Aw.
starts to chant. This is what you told me. Yes? And she chants away in this arcane unknown language. I want you all to roll a skill that you either occult, you can also do psychoanalysis or psychology or something that will get your mind and energy moving towards these gates. Tell me one after another, tell me what you are rolling and what you rolled, or if you succeeded or failed. Tom?
Yeah. What if, pray tell, a character did not invest any points into skills like those?
Are you
Or any skills.
And perhaps
skills whatsoever.
Perhaps by doing interpretive revolver oceloting would be better way to inspire.
So Tom,
Yeah.
are you telling me that though I sent you an application form that included the skills you needed for the character you would be playing and the role that you had within the call center of Cthulhu, that you did not include any of those skills?
Well, actually, I took skills in persuade and listen as the job required.
And yet you were so bad at listening.
I'm pretty good. I'm just not as good as riding or
Jesus Christ.
Cathy, for some weird reason, knows a little bit about the occult. Don't know why. But got a hard success.
Perfect. Can you roll a d8 for me, please?
My argument, I also didn't take occult or psychology.
I got an 8.
Perfect. Thank you,
Perfect.
Cathy.
You're welcome.
I did, however, put almost all of my points into spot hidden.
If you want to roll a spot hidden, you roll a spot hidden. If you
Okay.
want to roll a listen, roll whatever you think will be applicable in this situation.
all right. Lending power. Understood. I'm gonna persuade instead.
So I got a regular success there. So I think old Howie, he just saunters into the room and he sees Olive just touching up on Augustus and chanting, and he's just gonna really peer into what he thinks is going on there and just really try to get to the bottom of it. And his brain is gonna kind of go into this, well, he calls it a whoopsie doopsie state, but you might call it a flow state, as he just starts to accept the reality around him. But he wouldn't call it that. He would just call it listening to Genesis' entire discography, but on the inside.
So I was actually going to give you something helpful towards the story,
Yeah.
but you kind of just walked yourself and improv'd yourself into a corner. So
Not
I
the
will give
first
you.
time.
We'll decide.
Okay.
We'll decide.
What about my 8?
Your 8 gives Augustus a ton of power. Even he and Olive are surprised at how much power you are able to give him. And he chants louder and louder, Hefno, Mutrai, Hutira, Hurrah! And these portals start to spark just a little bit and spin. Something is happening, but more is needed. Alex? I see that you're counting luck.
So Craig, having ripped his head up and away from the center of the trench coat as soon as Olive ran into the room, is going to listen to this old text. And after a long day at work, Craig's likes to go home and sit in front of reruns of the History Channel and fall asleep. Instead of having any type of social life or hobbies. And he succeeds on a history check to know what is being said. Wants to know what language it is, and if he recognizes it.
Is it the language of smut?
It is not the language of smut.
It's not Enochian.
It is Enochian.
Yeah, I did a thing.
You did a thing.
You did it.
Good job. Very good listen. Very good listen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Angel speaks Swedish.
Hello.
Hi.
Be not afraid.
Bork, bork, bork. Welcome to the spooky wookie calling center of the Cthulhu, dude. Today we'll be cooking the Armageddon.
Where have the Muppets gone?
Well, they've been doing Armageddon. I don't know if you just listened.
It went woke. That's what happened.
Yeah. That's it.
Hard stop.
Hard stop.
I'm ready to give my hype up speech.
Sorry, your what?
I'm hyping them up.
Your hype speech.
Yeah, I'm good at persuading people. I thought that I was trained to be good on phones. I can't read.
Well, before your hype speech, Craig,
Yes.
you recognize at least some of this chant. This is an old...
This was on Ancient Aliens.
This was on Ancient Aliens. A show you love.
Which is actually a documentary in this universe.
Yeah. Is it not a documentary in our universe?
Brian's making the perfect
Problem.
hand thing right now.
Aliens.
Titties.
Oh.
Sideways titties?
Alias?
Try titties. Like in Total Recall.
Triple titty.
Oh.
Good. Craig, you
Spit on it.
recognize some of what Augustus is saying. It sounds like gibberish at first, but partway through, you start to understand. In the name of the old gods who slumber deep in the void, I call upon the gateways of old to open, to protect us, and to clear with light those who dare traverse them.
I think we all need to help Olive in what she is doing, despite the fact that it is in violation of the quiet and screaming hours protocol instituted by the office.
I will write a formal report later, I agree, but this is important.
Your terms are acceptable.
Where's that hype speech? Lonestar?
All right. Can I interpret the vibe?
The vibe's not good. The vibe is bad.
Bad vibes. All right. I will produce the Lord's Justice and spin them around. And on them are my like Pandora beads, like from those bracelets. But they all have individual little like cartoon pictures on them because I can't read real well, but I can recognize their pictures. I'm going to go Azazoth, Nyarlathotep, Shub, Niggeroth, Yog, Sothoth, Cthulhu, Haster, Gantonathon, Morrigadin, Beatus, Cathuga, Kazajadak, Club, Darkness, The Nameless Mist, Yig, Abeloth, Chagnar Fog, Dabaleth, Groth, Yi, Golanak, Korean Jesus, and Betty White. We reach out to you today. Hear this speech and empower me with your words. You have everything you need inside you. And outside you, you have a support group ready to give all they have. In my case, the power of positivity. Ain't that right, goodness gracious? Does a little like, yeah, that's the one. No one can do it like you. That's why you've got the job. Don't forget where you came from, where you've been, and where you're going, because it all comes with the same word, success.
Was that a success?
Yeah, that was success. Yeah.
'Cause I was definitely going to make you roll for that one.
Yeah.
A regular success?
Yeah.
Can you roll a d8 for me, please?
Huzzah. I can do that.
You need to get a 4 or higher.
I got a 4.
Excellent.
Or higher.
Excellent.
Just got the 4.
The gates spark and shudder. This dark, purple, shimmering energy starts to grow within them as they turn and twist. And for a moment, you can see other worlds through them. You can see a rooftop, somebody watching another building. And then he drops. You can see a woman in a cave somewhere. It's wet.
That looks lovely.
And you can see a group of what look like children by a lake throwing rocks into a pond.
Not so lovely.
And finally you see a group of travelers through space, lost in the darkness, scattered throughout the forest. You view these worlds through the gates as they grow, and the shimmering stops, and they become solid. A sigh of relief. Augustus falls to his knees. How did that happen? That's not supposed to be able to happen. Have you heard or seen anything around that could have made that happen?
I think Howie in IT was doing something sketchy.
Well, I don't think it was Howie.
Wasn't it Twad?
It was Twad.
Yes, it's Twad, of course.
Yeah, Twad. Twad was making a video game. He was doing a Minecraft.
Todd, he has access. He shouldn't have that access. How did he do that? Olive, did you talk to... I didn't talk to Todd. I didn't give him anything. I don't really think much of him. He doesn't seem to do things in the right order, and I don't understand why.
I agree with all of this. One time I needed a ticket opened to fix the speakerphone on my headset, and he said that the ticket was going to the back of the list, even though it was submitted in time on a Thursday afternoon.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
Also, he used dark magics to force us out of the IT room and then made the IT room cease to exist in space or time.
And I tried to give him a smile, but he didn't smile back, and I don't understand because humans smile at each other.
It's true.
And he was using C++.
Can whoever wants to make a spot hidden check?
Do you want me to make another one? Even though I did so good the last time?
Yeah, but you also talked yourself into a corner, and I wasn't going to give you any points for that one.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hard success for Cathy.
Excellent.
Extreme success for Howie.
An extreme success?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not rolling.
Yeah, Craig's not sure how this is relevant, so he's not going to roll.
Great. So, well, Lonestar and Craig just look around and make sure that Augustus is doing okay. Maybe they're lost, still looking into the voids of the gates.
Can Craig try to listen to Cathy again?
Sure. I don't know if Cathy's saying anything. Oh,
That is a extreme success on listening to Cathy. I want to see what's going on in that thorax of hers.
Do you want to listen to her saying things, or just listen to
I just want to
her
listen
body?
to the thorax, yeah.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
You go ahead and listen to that body. Does that body talk?
What that thorax do?
Contrary to popular belief, the hips are indeed telling mistruths and falsehoods.
Shakira fucking lied to me.
Well, I feel like if he tries to do that again, Cathy's going to keep backing away.
Oh no, I'm not like going up to you. I'm just listening from across the room.
Oh.
And it's up to you. Do you want to do do you want to roll a contested roll? How much do you want to give?
Sure. Let's roll. Yeah, I guess I'm going to roll.
What skill are you rolling for silencing the noises emanating from inside your
I think
chest?
this would be
It makes sense.
Okay.
That's a fail. In disguise. Okay, this time you hear kind of some like clanking or what's extreme success, right?
Indeed.
Almost kind of sounds like knitting needles, whatever that sound would be.
Like clicking?
You know, like clicking.
So from her thorax.
No, this is a bit lower.
A bit lower than her thorax.
Yes.
You hear it in Cathy's a bit lower than her thorax.
Below Rex.
Oh!
You hear the clickety clack of knitting needles.
And you know it just because you got an extreme success. I'm going to say you also notice a bit of yarn kind of hanging from under the trench coat and quickly comes back up.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm beginning to worry it's 18 pygmies in a trench coat.
I'm just so excited for whatever it is. I know I'm going to be delighted.
Brian was channeling Craig because Craig just goes, "What the fuck is going on with your thorax?" Cathy, your thorax. It's knitting things.
Well, as she looks at her palm, I don't see anything wrong with
Cathy.
my thorax.
Open the trench coat.
No.
Kathy, by
No.
the power vested in me as
You don't
an
have any
assistant
power.
safety supervisor,
I didn't give you a promotion.
I was appointed a fire warden 17 years ago.
Well, I wasn't here, so it doesn't count.
That's
Also,
not how
haven't you only
policy
been
works.
working here for 15 years?
I was interning during my
Oh,
summer.
okay.
But
Right,
you know
right, that
what?
makes
I
sense,
am
that makes
trying to
sense, yeah,
listen right now because we should be listening to something.
Craig turns to
Or spot hitting something.
Craig turns to the other two and goes, "There is something knitting something in her thorax under her coat."
And Howie would be distracted by that because, you know,
Marge.
Marge loves knitting. Yeah, for sure. And he's always looking for someone to join Marge's knitting circle. But instead, he spots something and he takes his glasses that were hanging around his neck on one of those like strings, and he puts them on, and they're bifocals, and the section like that's more magnified is so magnified it makes his pupils look enormous. And he extremely succeeds on the spot hidden check from before.
I got a hard success.
Excellent.
Oh my god, what is that? Trying to move the attention away from her and Craig.
If you're trying to like sort through the whole multiple universes thing, try throwing in hot lizard women riding dragons. It worked for Baldur's Gate. Just toss them in.
Works
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Works every
Snake
time.
titties. Just believe me.
The only panacea in storytelling.
Kathy, with your success in spot hidden,
Hard success.
with your hard success in spot hidden, you notice Olive get a little nervous. She gets worried about Todd having dark magical powers. You see her look for something in her pockets, and she seems to find it and hold on to it. And that's all you see. Howard,
Uh-oh.
Howie.
with an extreme success, you notice that in this security room where the gates are kept, there's something that looks like a tape in the corner. Actually, a stack of them. Maybe a security tapes. Something that you haven't seen before. But since everything was recorded and Todd was put on hold, maybe you could look into them. Maybe they might have some answers. How could this happen?
Hey guys, you know Betamax? Does anyone have a Betamax player? Because I think we've got a bunch of them security tapes over there.
We have a Betamax player in the security room. It's actually, I think I might have been born in the wrong time or decade or century. But I really like how things kind of used to be. So Betamax is one of my favorites for sure.
We
And-
generally only use it to watch The Land Before Time at the company Christmas party.
Oh, I know. That's my favorite time of year. Littlefoot?
The Land Before Time is your favorite time of year?
Yep.
Mine too.
Kathy,
Is that
you always
why
cry
you're-
at the best parts.
Is that why you're
Craig.
Try again.
Lonestar.
That's me. Hi.
Todd.
Yo, we're gonna say close enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd like to get the tapes. We go to the Betamax player and just maybe check on the tapes, see what's going on there.
Excellent. Just as you are going to the tapes and after you've had this adorable little conversation trying to figure out each other's names, Augustus, looking frantic, says, Great. You all seem to be working together and you have some common interests. And I hope that you don't have anything else you need to do today, but I can talk to Greta, I can talk to Victor, and I can make sure that you have the time to do this, but I need your help. Something is wrong, and I need you all to solve it for me. I'm going to work on making sure the gates are secure. Can you do this?
If I help you, will you do something for me?
Yes. Nothing is more important than keeping the call center secure.
Well, maybe it's got something to do with the cult.
Oh.
We do deal in a lot of cults.
That's true. But I was going to say, come to Howie's
On Saturday. Well, you're
on
already in.
Saturday.
Marge is making a
Oh,
roast.
is he? Is he coming?
Yeah. Augustus was the first one we invited.
Right, perfect. Everyone is going to be there Saturday.
Yeehaw.
I guess I can't get out of it now. Yes,
Nope.
I'll come to the barbecue on Saturday.
Perfect.
You're
okay.
a VIP.
What are we doing?
Well, I'm going to go watch these Betamax tapes and then maybe sneak in a Land Before Time viewing as well. It's my favorite movie.
You definitely have time for that.
Yes.
Alrighty. So is everybody going over to watch these videos?
Yes.
I'd like
Yes.
to do that.
Craig is, but he's staying a couple steps behind Cathy, kind of keeping an eye on her.
With the knitting and Cathy and what you've seen.
Kathy, I've got a question for you. Are you inspired by Carman San Diego's?
Yes.
Oh, it shows you did a great job.
Thank
For sure.
you.
I like your trench coat.
Well, thanks.
Is that a tenet of your cult?
Yes, it is. Yep.
We all have to wear trench coats?
Yes,
I'm
you
out.
all get trench coats.
I'm out.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
still in. I think I
Oh, you
think I
don't need
look
to have a
pretty
trench
good in it.
coat. That's fine. You don't have to.
Oh, it's not a core tenant?
No. Well, for us leaders. Yes. See, yes.
So as a peon, would I be allowed to continue to wear my poncho?
Yes.
I'm considering it.
More
then.
poncho, the better.
I'm more inclined.
All right.
I feel like you're speaking his language now.
I do like ponchos.
Kathy, is your entire cult consist of 3 stacked, very tiny beings under a trench coat that knit themselves a head?
I do not know what you just said.
Oh no.
Kathy, I think you
It's
might.
definitely not 3.
Oh dear.
Olive,
Craig doesn't say anything and then just looks at Kathy and points a finger up and like nods like, yes, up or down.
Like more?
More than 3?
She like starts to nod her head. Be like, no, we're not doing this.
Olive jumps in at this point and reminds Craig, you know that it doesn't matter what kind of species or interdimensional being our
Human.
employees are.
Human.
Human? I never pegged you as a human.
Really? Well,
not look
dang
human?
it. Your costume's even better then.
All of what you do in the bedroom is none of our concern.
Oh my God. I was working on it in my head. I was like, how do we do it? You beautiful bastard.
That may be so, Olive. However, if somebody has lied on their application form, then I, as someone who has been here for so long and has remained at the same salary band throughout, have a vested interest in discovering it.
I think we need to go watch those alpha tapes. Betamax tapes.
Do we watch the Betamax tapes or do we
Yes,
split
let's
the
head
party?
there.
Do we watch the Betamax tapes first? Or
We watch Land Before Time.
before time?
I'll tell you what. Why don't there's a bunch of tapes.
Yeah.
So we watch a tape, then we watch a little bit of Land Before Time as a treat, and then we stop it. And that's the great thing about Betamax. This is what I miss about VHS and Betamax and all that is you just stop and you just know no fancy buttons or anything. It just remembers where you were.
Can Craig roll to see if he can hear phones ringing?
Yes.
Oof, that's a fail.
He doesn't hear phones ringing, but our cast is going to take a little bit of time to watch The Land Before Time. In the meantime,
Jesus Christ, how many times can you use the word time in a single fucking sentence?
that is not what I wanted from you.
Good
Why
Lord.
is Piotr here?
Yeah, Piotr. We're going to take a little bit to watch The Land Before Time. In the meantime, here is a little tune.
Thank you for reaching the call center of Cthulhu. This is Craig. Please hold.
All right, so now that we've concluded the showing of Land Before Time, shall we get on with the plot, people?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I'd be okay with that.
Craig was
Alrighty.
surreptitiously trying to rewind to the part where Petrie and Ducky meet Littlefoot. And also the part where Littlefoot is just like munching on tree stars.
Oh, it's so good.
I thought you were going to rewind to the part where Littlefoot's family dies.
No, that tried to make Craig feel something. He doesn't like that.
Yeah, he just fast forwards through that part.
Kathy wants to go to that pod.
He fast forwards and goes,
Yeah.
hold, please.
Kathy wants to feel something.
So after Land Before Time, we watch all the Betamaxes.
So you load in the Betamax.
Mhm.
The screen flicks on. You can see the gate room. You can see the call center, and it starts to flick through different parts of the call center.
Shit, is there a camera in my office?
It
There's
flicks
cameras just about everywhere.
to your office, but only for a moment. Nothing's going on there. You don't see anything.
Floor looks a little wet though.
Floor might look a little wet. Maybe maintenance should get on that.
Howie moves to get up instinctively before he remembers what they're doing. He's like, "Oh, right, I'll get that later. I'm going to make a little note." And then he just taps his head and winks at everybody in turn.
The camera flicks to the main entrance and reception. And there you see people starting to come in for the day. You see Olive walking in with her big bag of goodies. You see Augustus, who rarely leaves the building, walking out for just a moment as Olive comes in. They share some pleasantries and move on with their day. And you see Todd walk in the front door a few minutes later. This being a recorded video shows you what's gone on the last tape, something earlier today. It flicks again to one of the hallways around the Eldritch Research and Development Department. You see people working at their computers, and all of a sudden things flickering on their computers. Something's kind of going wrong. You, Craig, might have remembered this from earlier, and actually all this week. You've been experiencing lots of software updates, different things being loaded on the computer, and it does disrupt your work.
It's been wonderful.
The disruptions?
There's nothing like getting to sit there and think about nothing for 45 seconds as the computer restarts. Also, the camera flicks to Craig hiding a bag of soup in a closet.
A bag?
Yep.
Like a Ziploc or just like a
Ziploc
grocery bag?
It's like a grocery bag.
Thai style.
A
I don't know what you're
grocery
talking
bag?
about.
It's like a plastic grocery bag.
Yeah, filled with soup.
Maybe
You
we
have a
need to check
straw?
if your floor is wet.
Yeah, that's a slipping hazard there, Craig.
I was saving it for later.
The camera flicks to the artifact examination and containment rooms. You see some of the shelves that are meant for artifacts to go down to the basement that are no longer being used. And you remember last night being so strange, that artifact that came to life that should have been benign. Then to the administrative offices. The same thing, the computers flicker. Something is clearly wrong. And finally, you see Todd in IT.
Twad.
Furiously typing away on the computer. He seems to be writing something. Maybe it's a code of some sort. Your extreme success on Spot Hidden is going to extend to this moment because you were able to see the Betamax and you are paying such keen attention to them because Augustus is your friend and you want to help him and you want him to come over for...
It's got the roast on Saturday.
I know.
I got a new stamp I think
If he's
you'll
too
like.
stressed out, he's not going to come to the roast.
Can't appreciate a good stamp if you're stressed.
So, you see this pop up on his screen.
Oh, it's a bunch of letters. Oh, I get it. It's like a Sudoku, but with letters.
The screen flicks away,
Oh, no.
goes again to the dimensional gatekeeping facility. It's a tape. I mean, you can stop the video at any time.
Yeah, but it's kind of a hassle with the Betamax. Like
Yeah.
and then you gotta press rewind to the exact right moment and then pause it then. But it takes a while for it to slow down before it actually stops. So you gotta press stop like a couple seconds before you want it to actually stop.
You see the main entrance and reception again. Then the customer service floor. People who are supposed to be there are in places they shouldn't be. It's strange. We have our friend Olive, who seems to be late coming into her desk. I know she's splitting her time between the internship with interdimensional gatekeeping and the call center, but she should be there. Cathy, you know this. She should be there. You being an HR and knowing people's schedules, as you should know, along with people's
Yes.
names.
Yes, of course.
She should probably
She
be
should
there.
probably be there
You'd know, Cathy.
in
For
the
sure.
screen.
And Emery Voss is nowhere to be seen. The interdimensional relations liaison is gone. Do we want to go back to the cipher? Do you want to be able to see the cipher for longer?
Well, if that's the end of the tape, I think we should go back and see what them letters mean. See if there's a good Sudoku in there.
I don't know if that's what a Sudoku is.
It's definitely not. It's 100% not. But that's what Howie thinks it is. Yeah, I think we should go back to the cipher if that's the end of the tape.
Craig acquiesces.
Yes.
Craig says Craig.
No,
acquiesces.
totally. Yeah, thanks,
yes,
Craig.
the cipher. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Sudoku. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
It all looks like normal letters to me, so I think it can't hurt.
Could we get goodness gracious's help on this one?
For sure. Darling, what do you think we got going on down there?
I release the cipher to you. There is more to the tape,
Oh, there's more to the tape. Okay, well,
but
can
you have the cipher for as long as you can either write it down or... Oh, yes.
Howie would like, Howie's obviously wearing a shirt which has got like a really big chest pocket on it. and there's a bunch of pens in there. And then he just kind of reaches in with 2 fingers.
Unprotected?
Oh, these pens are protected.
Okay.
Howie doesn't want ink babies on his nipples.
There's just a full condom over each pen.
This one's banana flavored.
But they're double wrapped because Howie's a boomer.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotta be sure.
It just makes sense, right? 1 condom safe, 2 condoms safer. That's how science works. And he's gonna leaving his glasses on.
How many kids does Howie have?
Oh, that he knows about?
17.
Howie is he's going to, leaving his glasses on that have the huge magnification, he's going to pull a monocle, the Mythos monocle,
Amazing.
out of his thing, and then he's going to put it under his glasses.
His eye is
squeeze
huge.
it. His eye is so fucking
massive.
huge.
Would I be able to assist Howie by producing my dictionary?
Yeah. I will give you clues if you can give me some pretty solid rolls.
So this gives me +10 to Cthulhu Mythos rolls. I have 1% in Cthulhu Mythos. So 11%, is that what I'm looking for?
Yeah, that's what you're looking for.
Okay.
11%.
Is it Cthulhu Mythos? Yes. Oh, no, it's actually 0%. Never mind. All right. So 10%. Looking for 10% or less.
And what gives you 10%? Can you explain your item?
I have an item called the Mythos Monocle, a monocle that allows the wearer to safely comprehend Mythos-related texts and symbols. It adds 10% to Cthulhu Mythos rolls, but only when reading or deciphering relevant material. Keeper, would you argue that this is relevant material?
This would be relevant material.
Okay, excellent. So close. 89.
You
98.
see this jumbled bit of text.
Actually 98. 98.
You
This is the worst goddamn Sudoku.
This is a really bad Sudoku.
it's the worst Sudoku.
It's not even on the right grid. Tell you what, Marge gives me books of Sudokus to do. And this,
And you can't figure this one out.
can't figure it out.
Can't figure it out.
It just means it's a bad Sudoku.
I have a dictionary.
You have a dictionary. And Lonestar, what does your dictionary item do?
Holding it up correctly, it provides me with +5% chance to successful library use,
You are welcome to make a library use check.
which I imagine includes deciphering puzzles.
I mean, they are letters, and there are letters in the dictionary. I am going to let this...
Betty White, bless these dice.
Does Lonestar, can you do his alphabet if he can't
A,
read?
I could go on.
Doth.
Do please.
B. B for birds and the bees. Got no knees, K.
Perfect.
Yeah, here we
Wait,
go.
birds and bees means sex, right?
I have
Whoa.
failed my library
No.
use check.
That's okay. Would anybody else like to decode this cipher in the moment? Are we going to write it down?
I would like to say that Howie is going to make a note of it. On the
Craig
tape
is
so we
also
can
going
watch
to write
it.
it down so it's in duplicate as per the record keeping
Excellent,
policy.
excellent.
That's what we like. He's Craigular. I can't think of anything but Craigular.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's one of the 3 things you have.
That's one of my 3 bits. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to succeed on deciphering that.
Cathy, not Craig.
Howie, no ChatGPT.
I'm not ChatGPT.
No, this is...
Alex is just suspiciously taking a picture of it with his phone.
Howie wrote down on the piece of paper.
Yep.
Okay. Cathy's like, can I try?
Oh, for sure, Cathy. Absolutely.
Okay, Cathy grabs it. And instead of looking at it, she starts to slide it in between, like a slit in her trench coat between the 2 buttons.
Well, it takes all kinds.
Do we want to do a spot
And-
hidden check, or are you doing this so people can see it?
Are you trying to do this stealthily or not?
Yeah.
No, not stealthily. And just keeps it there in between the 2 buttons, and her hand moves away, and all of a sudden the paper goes, gets pulled into the trench coat.
That is one
And she's
potent
just standing there.
clavicle.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Is there a piece of paper around for Craig?
Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe like natural world could like maybe figure out what that is, right?
Natural world?
What?
If
This
you
used to be a tree.
If it's actually on a computer screen, so
This used to be a rock.
computer
And
screen,
sand.
library use. If you can explain to me in logical terms why natural world would work, do you have a
Like, who created these words? Right?
God,
Like,
Isn't everything natural world?
Yeah. Dude, bro.
Catherine's having a fucking seizure.
do we have any skills more akin to history or anthropology?
no. But I
Piotr would
can
shine.
try for it.
We can also do occult or Cthulhu's mythos.
No, it doesn't help either.
Did none of us take any points?
I would like to say. I would like to say.
Catherine told us all to make sure we took points in these, and we all fucked around and made showcase characters instead.
You have written down the cipher, so you may keep it with you. I will allow table talk. I will allow table talk.
Tabletop, table talk.
Tabletop, tip tap, tip tap, tip tap. To decipher,
I'm pretty sure it's Turkish.
but no.
There's a bunch of fucking Q's and T's.
What about track?
And
Track
field.
the origins of the letters in the cipher.
I'm going to let some table talk happen if need be, but in the future, if you need to, you can get some more clues. We're going to, if you're done.
I demand more.
If you're going to
clues.
ask if we're done fucking around, you solidly know we're in the middle.
Can I fast talk you into letting me use?
Can you, Leah, fast talk me, Catherine?
Actually, wait. If I roll
into-
demolitions and get a 1, will you let her blow up the fourth wall and fast talk you as a DM?
I will. Let's do opposed fast talk. Okay,
Oh.
and let's see where this goes.
Okay.
Wait, you don't know her skill. This is.
No. It's just number to number.
Uh-oh. You're in trouble, Catherine.
Ass to ass.
I got to failure.
What did you get? Number?
58.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
What?
What'd you get?
What?
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
What'd you roll?
I got a 59.
Oh!
Yes. Yes.
Oh, the odds are not in my favor.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah.
Hunger Games L.
Roll your fucking natural world.
Hey.
Watch her fail.
I want it.
I'm going to spend 7 luck to succeed.
Give her only natural facts about this.
The paper's origin.
Give her an animal
Yeah.
fact.
Here we see the bird
Just
eating.
splice in the end of every podcast up till now, being like, the platypus is naturally forming a polycule with rocks around it.
Did you just say that the platypus is forming a polyamorous relationship with the rocks around it? Is that not what that means?
I have half a biology degree, okay? Go fuck yourself.
They do eat meat by picking up rocks in their duckbill and then crushing stuff. And then swallowing everything.
That's just dentures.
Yeah, they're like the owls of the riverbed.
Well, how do you guys eat meat? I grab a bunch of river
The
rocks.
normal way.
And then I just grind it on my steak.
Oh, yeah.
And I pour the slurry into my mouth. With
That checks
river
out.
rocks.
What do I get?
Gut biome.
You get another puzzle. I crossed the Rubicon and took the lead. In ancient Rome, my power grew. Assassinated on the Ides of March, my name still echoes through history's art. Who am I?
Table talk is
Barack
allowed.
Obama.
Julius Caesar.
Okay, wait. How
Table talk is
how
allowed.
how am I
Barack
getting my
Barack
two rivers?
Obama.
It's called a Caesar cipher.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. How?
Also, did you know that the heart of a shrimp is located in its head? Yes.
How did I get this riddle?
This is you broke the fourth wall, my dear.
You're
So
just
it's
so
just-
natural about the world that you just broke the fourth wall.
You were so natural about the world that in your mind, things devolved down into abstract concepts as per Pythagoras. Like everything became one of like 5 elements and everything became a perfect geometric shape. And those geometric shapes arranged themselves into Pythagoras's prediction about what would happen on the back ass of the Italian peninsula like 600 years after he died.
Damn.
Cathy gives herself a high five.
With which,
Where?
But
With
not
her
yet.
stomach.
which creature?
Hand to hand,
Which hand?
Which hands to which hand?
Yeah, that's what we were dying to know.
left hand to right hand.
Yeah, but
Humans
which-
have 2 hands.
what
I don't
level?
know what you're talking about.
We just see the trench coat flare in the gun.
As 2 fucking knitting gnomes high five each other.
Uh-huh.
Oh, more scribbles.
So,
Anyone remember that riddle?
It's a Caesar
can-
It was
cipher.
about Julius
Can-
Caesar.
Yeah, can Craig roll a history?
do you
roll?
have any skill in history?
So
Craig?
the base skill in history is 5%, which is pretty good.
Let's give you advantage on this one because you, Alex, detected that it was a Caesar cipher.
So that was a 44. And I do not have enough luck points to make that succeed.
That's okay.
But you get advantage.
you
I-
can
Oh.
Yeah.
you can get more clues, and you can also begin to use a little bit of table talk.
So can we
Oh,
we
thank
can
God.
solve this we can solve this like out of character essentially is what you're saying.
What is out of character?
Good call.
Oh shit, sorry. I got low blood sugar. I tend to break the fourth wall and I
Sounds
got low
like
blood sugar.
someone needs banana bread.
I'm gonna eat that banana bread you gave me earlier for sure. What I mean is we can solve it out of character and then justify it in
No
character.
technology can be used,
Sure.
but if you can solve it out of character, and we are not going to take an hour break to watch Land Before Time again.
Right.
Of course.
But if you succeed on other checks, you will get additional clues from me.
Beautiful.
All right.
Love it. Love it. Live it. Afford it.
Okay, so we got some double. I assume we're going to post this somewhere.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
We got some double letters, which could be double vowels, or could be the start or end of certain words, where you've got 2 consonants that go together. Other than that,
I'll tell you what. We could argue that the meaning of this is locked behind this Caesar cipher. Right?
Mhm.
We can agree on that.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
agreed.
Okay.
100%.
Let the
I see
jury
where this is going.
Let the jury state.
was
Oh,
an
God,
animal.
no.
The jury
No,
notice.
no. I gave
That
you a
this
lot
has
of
been-
leeway with Leah.
So would therefore not ipso facto vis-a-vis la-di-da locksmith. If I were to roll a locksmith check, would I not unlock the secrets contained within this cipher?
So you are trying to
Cross
Unlock-
the Rubicon, metaphorically.
unlock a Caesar's cipher.
Caesar salad. Ranch dressing.
You
No, I'm gonna say no.
And
Was it-
ranches are where cowboys are at.
Right.
It was Lone Star.
It was
all
Lone
along!
Star all along.
I would like to contribute and say, what did Caesar cross the Rubicon on? A horse. I can ride a horse. Can I not ride my way to the solution of the problem?
Truly flawless.
I need you to know that this was meant to solve and move the plot forward. And we are nowhere closer to
I
that.
got as far as recognizing what it was out of character before we were allowed to do that.
So really, we're wrestling with this problem, right?
Oh, for sure.
And wrestling is just a type of brawling.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
100%. Yeah. Can I shoot this problem to a solution?
Okay, we
you know
are-
what always helps in a situation like this?
More alcohol.
Smile?
A smile.
Oh,
smile.
Smile.
Yeah.
Can we roll for smile?
Yeah,
Rolling.
Can Cathy smile at the problem?
Seems good.
That is a success.
You smile at a TV screen.
Lovely. Did it help?
It helped me, for sure. I feel
Oh,
better.
Good.
I'm really glad your head didn't disappear into your carapace this time.
But I don't think it
Is she
deciphered it.
insectoid of nature then? Are we
What?
agreed on that?
Oh, it takes
What?
all kinds. I'm not really too bothered.
Okay. I think
Are the clicking, is it not knitting? I was under the impression she was several gnomes knitting, but I guess she
Gnomes.
could be an insect.
Hey, she can be however many types of creatures knitting she wants to be. It's not up to me to tell you how to live your life.
well, I think as a human, we can all come together as humans to figure out this puzzle.
Agreed.
I agree.
The screen flips.
Catherine's
holding a Nerf gun
menacingly.
I'm trying to help.
I have both Nerf guns. We are getting out of this room. The screen flips again. After taking a while looking at the cipher, you've written it down. You have it to take with you, but you can't quite figure it out right now. You know kind of what you need to do, but you might need a few more clues to get there. As you play the tape a little bit longer, it flips again to Cathy's office.
Change the channel, right? Yes.
Well, I can't control it. This is a Betamax.
She is sitting in her office.
Oh, look, it's you.
Suspiciously.
And
Humans sit.
It's true.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
she seems to be talking to herself in kind of a weird way. And
well,
the
Craig thinks that's normal, but
screen flips. Now you see the IT room again. The screen is kind of staticky. Things are not working as they should be. He's now downloading something. Todd is just throwing different types of software updates in almost indiscriminately. You knew that there was a problem with the software and that it needed to be fixed, but this seems like overkill.
Don't tell me he installed Norton antivirus.
Can I ask everyone actually, to make a spot hidden check?
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can do that.
Believe it or not,
Oh, I definitely can do that.
Howie's actually pretty fucking observant.
I'm going to spend 3 luck to get a hard success.
Howie's got a fucking rock hard success.
Oh.
rock hard meant something different in the 80s.
Yeah,
It really did.
it did.
Lonestar can't see.
Can't see or can't read?
Why not?
Is Lonestar
Porque no
okay?
nos dos, amigo.
Kathy, you see something that wasn't there before. As Todd is frantically updating the software, the room is a lot darker than it was before. He's twitching and looks over his shoulder and looks terrified. You can't quite distinguish what it is he's looking at, but it's intensely frightening. You also see that he has a printout sitting on his desk. He's frantic. He's not taking care of his things very well. And you see a whole bunch of printed out degrees saying that he graduated in all different types of majors all at the same time, which from different schools, which would be impossible. Howie,
Uh-oh.
you see all of the same things that Cathy does, but you also know why he is so afraid. You see that dark figure in the corner that you saw the night before. You see these long tendrils reaching for Todd, chasing him slowly. You know why he's so scared, and it's not Phil Collins.
God. I was trying so hard. I was bursting a blood vessel to not say Phil Collins. Thank you for anyway freeing me. Continue.
I've
been hearing her. Sorry, continue.
I knew that you had to get it out.
Yeah, thank you.
It's-
I
yeah.
appreciate it. I desperately needed that.
You know why he is so scared, and you know something has gotten through the gates, and it's now here in the call center for certain.
Fuck. Well, pardon my French. Who is Augustus in the room with us, or no? We're watching Betamax somewhere else.
You guys are watching Betamax on the 3rd floor security.
Can I page Augustus?
Page Augustus.
Welcome to the call center of Cthulhu paging system. Please hold.
Damn it, Craig. You're sitting right beside me.
Oh,
Like-
sorry. I'll patch it. I'll patch it through.
No, I really appreciate it. And then he'll page. He'll just be like,
I think you're supposed to say it twice.
I did say it twice.
Might I remind you that you have to edit this audio?
Yeah, I know. It's okay when I do it.
This is Olive, but I'm interning with Augustus, so can I take your pay? Stand by. Time passes, and
Any
Olive
minute
rushes
now.
into the room. Hi. Because I'm helping Augustus. He has to talk to Victor and the owner, and Greta's actually she's leaving for holidays, so she wants absolutely nothing to do with this.
Oh, for sure. She's going to Hawaii.
The owner's here.
Yeah, Victor's here.
Who?
You might be able to meet him at some point, but
Yeah, can I talk to him?
I mean, no,
I don't
not
think
right
now's the
now. I
time.
mean, Augustus is talking to him, but
Wait, has anyone heard of Victor before?
Victor. We all know Victor.
Oh, Victor.
Victern?
Victor. Guys,
all
if
roll
you had
history on
read your if you had read your employment agreements that I sent you earlier,
I did
it
read
was
those.
signed by Victor in Blackwood.
Oh.
I read it,
I read it. I just.
but
So
all
I'm
I
going to
saw
go ahead and
was a
say I don't know who
signature.
signed my actual employment agreements.
So then you didn't sign the NDA that I also
I signed the
Absolutely did not.
NDA. He hasn't come up yet. I know he's big man or person on campus.
Can we roll history to see if we know who Victor is?
Victor is not a secret. Victor in Blackwood is the
Pretty sure
C-
Victor is the key to this whole.
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Victor
thing.
Blackwood, the chief customer officer at the call center of Cthulhu.
Chief.
Howie's a goddamn glowy.
What were you saying, Olive?
Victor's here, but no matter. Did you find something on the tapes?
Well, it looks like I got a feeling it's not Phil Collins, but someone has made their way into the fucking call center from oh, pardon my French. You know, when I get stressed, I get real sweary. That's on me. That's
I
my
didn't
bad.
think that was French.
Oh, it's a saying. You know, like don't count your chickens before they're French.
That is a rule I would abide by. Last thing you want is French chickens running around rioting.
They sound like normal chickens, but they spell it BOQUE.
The cigarettes are insane.
Anyway, sorry, plot. Yeah, so it looks like one of them critters from beyond snuck his way into the call center, eh?
A critter.
Through the gate?
Well, I don't know. I was just because like when the gates went down and all the security went down, Augustus was saying, I keep picking up your accent there, bud. Fuck. All right. Yeah, Augustus was just saying that you know, like that's when all the creatures can get in, but it looks like somebody got in beforehand. Did the gates go down? That's what I was going to ask Augustus. Is this the first time the gates got down? Because I got to be honest, Augustus, he's been looking pretty pale. He's been run ragged. And it's not a statement about Augustus. Augustus is the man. Don't get me wrong. He's coming on Saturday. By the way, Olive, what are you doing on Saturday? Marge is making a roast. You should come by.
Yeah.
You can look at my stamps.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want. I mean, on Saturdays I do volunteer.
Oh, you were telling me about that. You do, video games for entities that don't have thumbs.
No, that's on Tuesday.
Oh, right,
evenings,
sorry.
Which is why I can never work the night shift on Tuesdays.
That makes sense. Yep.
Lonestar,
Yar.
how many degrees do you have? of the schooling type?
Oh, thank you for clarifying. I thought you were talking about burns because I've got first, second, and third.
Oh.
In terms of schooling, I am a graduate of His Honest Memorial's School.
So 1.
Did you study dark materials there, bud?
But a big one.
Okay.
Additionally, I
Craig?
was, yeah.
Yes.
How many degrees of the schooling type do you have?
I have many certificates from the internal training program at the call center of Cthulhu.
But the big school, the big schools.
The call center of Cthulhu is the largest training program in the galaxy. 20% of the workforce of the entire
Olive.
known universe is employed in this call center.
Olive,
Yeah?
how many degrees of the schooling nature do you have?
I mean, I have a bachelor's of business communications, and I also minored in economics, but I also do have a diploma in home economics as well.
So, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you want to join my cult?
Well, I mean, what's your platform?
ABC, always be called.
Okay, we'll get to that later, but you sound very open to it, so that's good. Second, is it weird that man in the screen, what,
Who?
Todd.
Todd.
Todd?
That's exactly what he sounds like. I heard him talking.
Is it weird that he has like 30?
Todd has 30 what?
Or big number.
he's got
20 is another big number.
Yeah, it looks like, hey, we've all lied about, our certifications to get the job, but
Craig is not.
Wait a minute. Do you have Todd's records?
I mean, you're in human resources. You should have Todd's records.
Yes. Of course I do.
I don't have them personally, but I do know that he was hired with a computer science degree. But he's not old enough really to have 30 degrees. He's brand new right out of school.
maybe he's got one of them time turners, like in Harry Pothead.
I don't know that one.
It's a documentary about the 1960s on the planet Earth.
Okay.
I saw it on the History Channel.
So there are critters and lots of degrees running around.
Well, it looks like, here's what I'm thinking. It looks like there's been a breach in our security there. So it seems like some entity has kind of made its way through the gate and has somehow infested the call center of Cthulhu. It looks like maybe he's gotten its hooks into Twad. Hard for us to say because, we can only see from the tape here on the Betamax there. So
Okay,
what I'm
another entity is not allowed here. Okay, this is my spot. So I don't know what the fuck. What is another entity doing here?
But you said
well, you're a human.
but you're a human.
I am.
You're always so funny.
She's got all the jokes.
I got all the jokes. But we should definitely find this entity.
Well, I agree. I mean, Augustus seems to be all stressed about it, and you can't be stressed if you're going to enjoy a good stamp because you're coming over on Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm supposed to be. Augustus has been great, and there's a reason that I'm interning with him.
Yeah, he's
And,
stressed.
I mean, don't take it out on him. I know that training me has been a lot of work, and he's tired.
Hey, Olive, he's happy to train you. I think you're really self-deprecating a lot, but you're a really bright young lady, and you're really curious about stuff, and we all really appreciate that about you. I gotta say, whenever I get to stop by your desk and have a little chat with you, it's a little bright sunshine in my day. So don't you? I just don't want to hear you, being self-deprecating. Like I'm sure Augustus is happy to train you.
Well, thanks. I've just been a little down lately. It's been
That's
hard.
okay.
The planar shelter for beings in transition, where I volunteer.
That's the Saturday one, right?
That's the Saturday one, and it's just been a little busier than usual. We're seeing a lot more beings in transition than we normally do. So Yeah. And you know what? Seeing the call center in such shambles is just kind of making me down.
You know what we should do?
What?
Smile.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Yeah, can we all roll for smile?
Let's all just roll for smile. Alex and Tom are just like furiously trying to figure out this
Hold
Hold
cipher.
on. Now,
Success.
while we're taking a break to talk about smiles, do you know
This
the
is
shift?
serious business.
I think it might be -7, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
What the fuck are you guys talking about? I'm a musician. I count to 4. Like, what are you guys doing? Tom literally just made a shoe gesture. Like, don't worry. You don't worry your pretty little face about it, Brian. I got this.
Craig, I don't know what the smile skill is, but Craig got a 19. I think that should mean he doesn't have to smile.
29? I got a 29.
I got a
Is it
57.
smile? I feel like, I mean,
I got
your number
57 as well.
dictates how well you smile based on 100.
Oh.
So
I'm in the
1 is a
top
great
4.
smile. 100 is face. What did we see? Face melty hideaway. What?
Oh.
So a 57 for Howie, I think just means that, he's a little worried that him and Marge are on the rocks.
Not another
We're
layer.
fixing Howie's
No.
marriage.
We
Exactly. We're
We
fixing
need to
Howie's
put this
marriage.
call center shit on
Everything
hold
on
and
hold.
fix Howie's
I think sex would help.
Oh, trust me, I suggested it. Believe you me. But
Because it connects humans and makes them smile.
well, that's true if you do it right.
Pausing for a moment to just acknowledge our cipher breakers. Do you two want to roll a luck roll since you've been at this for a while?
Sure.
I fail.
I hard succeed.
Plus.
Plus, when the first letter is an X, bold maneuver.
So you're telling me it either starts with Yinko or Zolp?
It doesn't circle around on itself.
I have no idea.
I'm fairly certain it doesn't circle around. It doesn't loop. I could be wrong. But I think it's an end code because it has to shift a certain number of positions forward or backward. Oh shit. So it's forward and it is a circle.
You got a hard success?
I did. Is it a circle? Is it a loop? Or am I seeing through dimensions?
Time is a flat circle, my friend.
Ah, shit. All right, so it goes
Okay, well then
through
plus
back
doesn't
to
help
A.
us because plus is also just minus.
It's the exact same thing.
Leah and I are just making the most himbo expressions at each other.
Some listener who understands this is going to freak out.
Look, okay, so we know that X will eventually revolve back around to A. So perhaps
It's actually a plus 96 code.
it's gonna be like
cipher burn.
I bet you anything it's gonna be like +3, and we're gonna go to A being the first letter.
Okay, so it can either be Winco, Zolp, APMQ, BQNR, Cross CX, DSPT, ETPU, Fuck V. I'm going to go for Fuck V if my vote's counted.
Wait,
I do
wait,
like
oh,
her.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait, hold on. She's doubling back on her commitment.
Wait a
I am
minute.
doubling back. I am doubling back. I just did the math. It's negative.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What? I think
Fucking amateur here.
I think the fuck V made sense. Fuck Victon.
It's all Victor!
It's all
Victor's
Victor.
fucking fault.
I recover from the stroke I'm having in game. Victor! So to our two castmates, a Caesar
I think it's a
cipher
-9.
is an alphabet
A
shift.
what cipher?
A Caesar cipher?
A seizure.
Yeah, that's the one. It's where they
That's what I'm fucking having.
it's where they take away the letters you're supposed to have.
And it's got clamato, right? For sure. And some celery and a bit of,
Yeah.
it's spicy.
You can't
Perhaps.
forget that Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
That's the most human thing your character's done. Is mispronounce Worcestershire sauce.
It's called Worcester sauce. Jesus.
Okay, so that is the clue.
It's negative,
It is negative.
not positive.
Not for
And are you
Catherine,
sure?
fuck this up.
like 10 seconds.
Okay, but in Catherine's defense, at least she fucked up a cipher, not the rules of the game we're playing.
Yeah, that's
Which-
true.
Oh, don't worry.
It's
I
your
have a lot of
boy.
time to do that. Alrighty. So
chop chop.
This is going to take a while.
if anybody else would like to make a luck roll, you are welcome to.
All right.
That's pretty good.
That's very good. That is a... It's not
Hard
quite an
success.
extreme success. It's a hard success for me
Can
as
you
well.
burn luck to get an extreme success on a luck check, or is it just ever decreasing?
I'm sure it just ever decreases.
Shit.
I've always allowed spending luck
To hit your original luck.
because my instinct as a keeper is always to try to get you guys to burn your resources as
I
quickly as
do
possible.
want you to burn your resources, but we're not really close to the moment in which you will need to burn your resources.
Hell yeah. Okay, hard success
So I
it is.
kind of want you to just hold on to your luck a little.
We're going to
Success.
edit this whole thing down to like 4.5 minutes of content.
Alex, can I get your hands in a video? Just not your face?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just keep doing what you're
Okay,
doing.
people have to pay for that.
Those are the money makers.
That's got to be Patreon content. We're not putting that on Instagram. You're already breaking the code. I'm going to let you do that. I don't think there's real much benefit in us both trying to do this. So,
Alex didn't break the code. Alex got angry and had to go punch some drywall because, a woman made something for him he wasn't smart enough to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and let Tom explain what the code is.
The side eye from Leah. So good.
So,
so good.
after Alex yelled at me for trying to help, I successfully broke the code.
Did we just run the Dan's Dread Tales ad again in the middle here?
Anyways, if you want to go listen to somebody who's less toxic, go listen to Dan's Dread Tales. Who's clearly already worked through his internalized misogyny in the ways that I just haven't.
So, despite the Caesar being a wonderful Canadian drink, I think it was made in Alberta. I don't know. I'm going to stop clouding with Alberta. We broke the code. She is not innocent. Follow her. Find out where it's happening.
Craig stares at Cathy.
Who's her?
You're her, Cathy.
Whoa. Let's pump the brakes. We don't know for sure that it's Cathy.
You're right.
It could be
Cathy,
goodness
how do you
gracious.
self-identify?
How dare you?
Well, look,
She,
I'm just
her.
saying. I've never heard goodness gracious avow their
Wait,
innocence.
she, her. I'm not her.
It says her.
But I'm not that her.
And you're a collection of various denizens who knit things.
What?
You're a collection of various denizens who knit things.
What?
You're a collection of various denizens who knit things. What I'm saying, Cathy, is you're rather suspicious.
Well, I gotta be honest.
Aren't we all suspicious?
You've been saying you're a human this whole time. And Cathy, look, whatever you are, you're a person to me. You're still Saturday, come what may. I hope to see you there for the roast.
I'm very excited for Saturday.
Yeah, I hope you are. I'm excited to have you over.
Very excited.
But I'll tell you what, you're
Can
not.
I bring a friend?
I think the friend was inside you. And usually when I say that, I mean something different. But for you, I think you're made up. I think I got to say, Craigular Joe over there's probably onto something there. I think you're made up of multiple entities comprising a kind of collective consciousness that is simulating being a human with varying success. And I don't mean that as an insult. I think you're doing a really good job.
We just want honesty, Cathy.
That's it.
Yeah, like I was saying before, we have the call center of Cthulhu, which has a very open policy for all types of beings. We have, you can be whoever you want to be here at the call center of Cthulhu.
It's in the employee handbook.
For sure.
I'm Cathy.
And no one's denying you're Cathy, but maybe Cathy is kind of a simulacrum of a consciousness that you have generated in order to try to infiltrate our society. And that's fine.
In
Howie-
some way, we're all Cathy.
Yeah. I'm kind of Cathy sometimes.
Does somebody want
Does
to
your
roll
vagina knit things? Can I have a hat?
Yeah, can Craig have a hat
Can you knit him a hat?
with your vagina?
The underside of your trench coat. There was yarn hanging out of it.
I got to break the fourth wall just to thank Leah and Catherine for still being our friends.
And also to plug our new merch store, which will be coming soon. 100% of products are knit by a fictional conglomeration of characters' vagina.
You never asked, but we gave it to you anyways.
And it's all blue sign. It's all blue sign vagina knitting. Incredible. Sorry. Continue.
Or don't.
Cathy, quite frankly, I don't care how many weird little chittering bugs there are inside your trench coat.
What? There's no chittering bugs.
Goodness gracious, can hear you. Don't you see your little ears?
Oh, yeah.
They flick straight towards Cathy.
She's perceptive. Myself, not so much, but I do notice the code we have cracked. Not to assume that you're human. Neither with you, Olive. Are you a conglomerate of insectoid beings?
For sure. And we're, again, like, it's fine.
We're very pro that.
You're still welcome on Saturday. I know you got your volunteering, but I'll put some roast aside in the oven for you.
As long as it's in accordance with the employee handbook.
Oh, for sure.
Are you innocent, Olive? Or have you been oiling up this entire situation, making it slippery and
Yeah, Olive.
undesirable?
The call center is my home.
Where do you live?
Where I spend all of my
Wait.
time.
Where is her
All
nest?
of you don't have to answer that
mean,
question.
bed.
I'm looking at the employee handbook right now.
No,
Kathy, I
I'm
don't
happy
know
to.
if she has a nest here.
I am
We
human.
call them apartments.
You call them nests?
No. That's a joke.
We have established Kathy is not human.
You're doing really good otherwise, though,
Yeah,
honestly.
You're doing great. It's the short-term memory that's really backfiring on you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
We know,
my
yeah, for
point,
sure. That's what
yeah.
we're saying. That's the problem.
That's kind of our point,
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, even I have in-laws who are different. My brother-in-law is a Volution serpent person.
Olivia, before you say anything, I just want to remind you we're comparing your in-laws to literal insects. So maybe just keep this to yourself.
No, but actually,
Okay, you know what? Insects is an insult. Okay.
Would you?
Oh, I'm
That's
so
like-
sorry. Yeah,
Would you
what would
prefer-
Wow.
what would you
wow.
prefer? What would you
What
prefer?
would you prefer?
I'm going to go to HR and complain to all of you.
You are
Kathy,
HR.
you are
You are HR.
This is the short.
You
This
are
is short-term memory
literally
thing we were talking about before.
It's the maintaining one
take
consistent
issues.
consciousness.
So you're saying the complaint's been filed?
Shouldn't it be
Yes.
eyes plural? Eyes take issue.
No.
We take issue.
Look. Kathy runs.
Kathy, you can't outrun. Goodness gracious! I will pursue.
sorry, did you say the cipher in front of everybody in the room?
Well,
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's assume I did that
Okay,
with the help of goodness gracious.
you cracked it. Goodness
I
gracious,
did.
did goodness gracious crack it for you?
Well, she helped.
And because you can't read, how did goodness gracious help?
She gave me affirmative courses of action through batting her beautiful eyelashes,
Aw.
twitching her little ears, and snorting with that soft old nose.
I'm just gonna say, if you say no to this, you hate nature.
How can I
FYI.
say no to this?
Hey, goodness gracious for the win.
As long as you give me a plausible answer,
She's my support.
You have the
Like
air.
your standard for a plausible answer is like, my horse read this and communicated it to me through body language.
I have 42 and ride.
Very much the energy of like a high school math teacher at the like just before summer holidays. It's like, you know what? Fucking yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
Like sure. Absolutely.
well done on the cipher break. Kathy's running.
I have to pursue.
Is Cathy running on all 16s?
The trench coat just
Skittering.
flopped over.
I think the best curveball of all time would we find out that Cathy is actually just a human, like a normal person. She's just awkward. She was homeschooled. That's the. I was
Justify
homeschooled.
yourself.
I was homeschooled. This is why I can make that joke, because I also knit things with my vagina. Sorry.
Because you were homeschooled.
Because I was homeschooled. It's a skill you can't learn in public school.
Is there a little like ball of yarn that's unraveling after Cathy as she runs? It's just like a little yarn
Follow
trail.
the yarn.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Anyways, Catherine, do you have a fucking plot for us or something?
Really trying.
Are we pursuing Cathy, or are we focusing on the cipher? Or is the focusing on the cipher pursuing Cathy?
At this point, I'm assuming Cathy is the suspicious individual of note.
Pursue away.
So I will pursue. And I'm going to take off on goodness gracious. Cathy! Cathy, you're certainly not faster than me on my beautiful steed. Slow down. You're going to hurt yourself. You'll roll your ankles.
Craig is going to start going after Cathy and then stop. And then slowly turn around to Olive and go, Olive,
Yeah?
that report on the screaming hours?
It's already in your cubicle.
You're not lying to me.
No.
Are you, Olive?
You know I have trouble lying.
Can Craig roll?
Dice?
It's funny because you
Psychology?
gave yourself no skills, Alex.
It's probably seemed very funny to him at the time.
It really did. Yeah, no, it really did. Craig is going to roll psychology. And Craig's going to spend 23 luck to make that a success.
Classic Alex maneuver.
Oh my God.
Very good.
Please hold.
Oh,
Wow.
Shit. Power move.
She's just creating another cipher for us to break. To understand Olive.
I will run the fuck through this wall.
You're a Kool-Aid man.
If you think my masculinity is secure enough for another cipher, it's not.
I mean, my whole goal for this campaign was to traumatize my friends.
Success.
And I truly
You thought you were going to do that in other ways.
I did.
It was
But
a
I
simple
do
puzzle.
feel as though I have succeeded.
You succeeded.
I succeeded. I always thought that was pitched up, but it's actually just me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just you.
Yes.
Good,
Yep.
good,
Yeah,
good,
yep.
good.
Always has been. You know that meme?
Hey, you guys ever seen the internet?
Skibbity.
Skibbity. SKYEEE.
Yeah, buddy.
With a successful psychology.
We're so off the rails.
I'm trying to.
It's not your fault. It's just the nature of it.
But it is your responsibility.
It is my responsibility.
And now you know how I feel. Try to hypnotize somebody over the phone in season 2, you motherfucker.
I mean, you guys have had a lot of phone calls available to you.
What? Oh, you're right.
Nobody has tried to hypnotize anybody over a phone.
I'm waiting for it to feel organic.
But I would bet that it would probably be an automatic success.
Hypnotizing someone over a phone.
Well, that just sounds fucking stupid.
Well, not for you. A successful psychology check against Olive will show you that she is a little bit nervous, but the interdimensional gatekeeping is her responsibility as well. As an intern, she is responsible for anything that gets through those doors. She knows all of the inner workings of the call center. She is as tenured, if not more, than you are, Craig.
Oh, dang.
Craig has to roll fucking sanity on that. Craig succeeds, thankfully.
Good.
Craig looks at Olive and goes, Olive, you seem distressed. Why?
I've failed. I have failed my friends here. Clearly something's going on, and where did you get that cypher from? Your butt. Says Cathy from the from the phone that's connected.
Says one of the thousands of Cathys now crawling through the vents. Craig holds Olive's gaze and goes, "You're concerned about your friends and your job?"
The call center is, in my mind, the most important place in the universe. It holds all of this knowledge that we've had previously, this important cultural significance. If something maleficent made it into the call center, that could all unravel. Our history is the most important thing we have. I just want to see it safe. And we have lost a lot of call center employees recently. Things have been going wrong on the outside too. I don't want to see anyone else lose their way.
So I think Craig has to roll a sanity check because he's encountering somebody who, for the first time in his entire life, actually cares about their job and what it does, rather than using policy as an offensive weapon to make sure he doesn't have to do diddly fucking squat.
Okay, I'm also going to roll. Actually, you roll first.
I feel like Craig is the most heroic character you've played on the podcast
Absolutely.
so far.
The worst part is that Craig is morally the best character I've played. Craig succeeds on the sanity roll.
Okay, so this is actually bad. Like, that's good news, but it's bad news because Olive rolled a psychoanalysis and pretty much succeeded as well as Juno usually does.
Failed miserably.
Yeah.
99.
So,
Got it.
I mean, and I see that you and I are sometimes kind of, actually, I really consider you as a friend and I care about you a lot.
That's a mistake.
Olive takes 2 sanity damage.
Oh, not you in particular or anything, Cedar. It's just that I think that friends are a mistake.
Okay, look, I've been sitting here on the sidelines, just kind of listening for all this time, and I'm trying to let you two work it out. But Craig, like, here's the thing, bud.
I'm unavailable on Saturday.
I know you're not, because I know how fucking excited you. Pardon my French. Once again, I'm getting excited. I know how excited you get about stamps, and I know you want to be there, and I know how scared you get when people get close. And Olive just wants to like you. That's it. Doesn't need anything from you. Just wants to like you. And that's it. And Olive, look, no one here thinks any worse of you. Here's the thing. You're an intern. You know what? I'm not trying to reduce you. I'm not trying to make you smaller. You're, like I said, you're one of the brightest people I know, and I'm so happy to get to know you. But I'll tell you what, Olive, you work really hard, and everyone sees it. So I don't want you taking on whatever's going on, with the call center on yourself, because you don't need to do that. So Olive, but I gotta ask, are you covering for Augustus?
Am I covering for Augustus?
Did Augustus? He's tired, and no one would think any less of Augustus either.
He's just tired, which is why I'm helping him.
For sure, absolutely, and least of all me. You know I love Augustus just as much as I love anyone. And so, but we need to know. Cathy's gone. No HR around. No IR around. Can you just tell me what's going on?
Augustus is great. He's wonderful, and soon he'll have me all trained up and ready to go, and I can help him out. But I think a barbecue on Saturday would be good for him, even though he's hardworking.
It's a roast. Howie's turned on her. He's I'm kidding.
No, you can turn on her. That's okay.
Howie just puts his hand on Olive's shoulder. And he says,
Good thing IR isn't around.
Good thing IR isn't around. But he's to that end, Howie is gonna like kind of gauge. Does Olive seem to shrink away from it? Does she seem to be uncomfortable?
No, thanks, Howie.
Of course. Look,
you know, people don't connect anymore. And I really appreciate you being sincere and welcoming and inviting your coworkers and all of us into your home and to meet Marge and for this roast on Saturday. We're all feeling a little bit down with the things going on at the call center, but you can really raise spirits. I appreciate that. And I'm really worried about the security of the call center. Can I see that cipher?
Yeah, for sure. Of course. And he's going to pick up the cipher that goodness gracious solved and hand it over to Olive.
Great. I'm just going to write it down in my notebook. And you guys were looking at security tapes, right?
Betamax, for sure.
I do love Betamax. Great. Did you see anything else suspicious on there? I need to make sure that...
For sure. We saw Twad. Twad looked like he was getting tendrilled by... I don't think it was Phil Collins, but it was a creature that I saw that Augustus helped me not get tendrilled by.
Augustus knew about it?
Well, when I saw it, which was earlier today.
It was after The Land Before Time.
I think it was before we watched The Land Before Time. But I mean, chronologically, after when The Land Before Time was set.
It was before time, so it's difficult to say.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I
guess in the Land Before Time cinematic universe, it's hard to place when these events were, but honestly.
I think I understand. And I like that you... I'm just being polite. I also listen to Phil Collins, and sometimes he gets really intense and confusing, and I don't quite know where to go with it. But I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna do some digging. I think Augustus and Cathy ran off. I think we should go after her. You know, there's one other person that this might be talking about.
Who is it?
Jose Emery?
I don't want to say, but she is always on her phone or on social media and doing these things that are just not really genuine. And
well, she does the TikToks.
She does like TikTok. And I just don't trust it. I don't trust any of it. Maybe we should look into Emery. Is she coming on Saturday?
I don't know if I actually invited Emery. I think that might have been one of the few people that I didn't invite, actually. But I hope so. You know what? That's a good point, actually. You know what? I'm going to go invite Emery right now. Let's go find Emery. I'm going to page her. Boop.
Welcome to the call center Cthulhu paging system. This is Craig. Please hold.
Craig, no. It's me again. You gotta let me do it.
1 moment, please.
Oh, shit. Okay. I now have 4 bits.
Count them 4.
You hear nothing on the other side of the line. Emery does not page you back.
There's only one possible explanation. She didn't hear me.
This is the call center Cthulhu paging system. You've reached your allotted number of minutes for this week.
Oh, shit. I forgot. Oh.
Pardon my French. That's probably the only bit that got paged. I bet it was me saying shit. All right. Well,
I love the image of this room where Howie is talking into his pager and then Craig is leaning over to a phone, picking it up and going, "Hi, please hold." And Olive is just standing there.
Craig wants to lean back over to Olive and go, Olive, I have one more question. Did you say that Emery was always on, quote, social media, quote?
Yeah. She's just always, yeah.
And how old are you, Olive?
I mean, I'm still pretty young for...
Olive.
Yeah.
And Craig takes 1 step forward. Give me a number.
I don't think it's very respectful to ask a lady her age.
Craig's eyes go wide. Olive, how old are you?
Where's IR when you need it?
I'm 34, okay?
Craig's going to roll sanity for the fact that Olive's 2 years older than he is. And he succeeds mercifully.
So it only takes a d20 of sanity damage.
Olive, why did you call it social media?
Isn't that what it is? It's social media. Social media. I'm not good with things that are new.
Craig is intensely suspicious of Olive. Just ridiculously and utterly suspicious of Olive.
What's he gonna do about it?
He's going to roll something. And
What
that
skills
roll
did he
is
have?
A 46. So that would be a success on.
No. This is not how this works.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, don't let him
nothing.
do this. He fucking tries to do this all the goddamn time.
That would be a success on listen.
Distantly in the call center of Cthulhu, you can hear Cathy's sternum going.
Craig
While
points one
she's
finger at Olive
fleeing?
and goes, "We'll pick this up later," and then takes off after the sternum.
You got it. Distantly in the call center, Cathy is running.
How fast
Very
is Cathy?
awkwardly. What is it? Movement is 7.
Oh dear. On foot, my diminutive personage is much faster than you. But on goodness gracious, I'm lightning in a spittoon. You're caught. You're caught. And if you're not slowing, I'm beside you. If you're not slowing down, I've got the lasso of looping, and I will use it.
So explain the lasso.
All right, I'll need to access my mobile.
The
device.
looping lasso. I can also explain it. So, Lonestar from the Necromicon Emporium, before working here, picked up the looping lasso. It enhances the throw ability, and the lasso captures targets from a few seconds in the past. It captures targets from up to 5 seconds in the past, once per day, in a successful throw. Throw burrito. Throw roll.
Yes. I'm not going to use it because, temporary. But Cathy, slow down. Don't make me use the Lord's justice now. I don't want that. Why are you running?
Leave me alone.
I can't do that. Buddy system and all that. I realize you internally are made up of buddies, but I could be an additional buddy. What's going on?
Oh.
Hive?
So the yarn that's been trailing behind Cathy. Actually, I'm gonna make a luck check.
Holy shit.
Phenomenally lucky.
Okay, somehow justice. Morning glory. Morning justice. This is Leah actually right now. Cannot remember your horse's name.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness
There we
gracious.
go.
This is
your
the best
guns
character
are.
mechanic that's ever been for people who can't remember names.
My guns are named the Lord's Justice.
That's what I was confusing it with. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Somehow after all of that, goodness gracious did not step on the yarn at all. And somehow magically just tangles her feet up.
Goodness gracious?
Yeah.
Because you're lucky?
Yep.
That makes no sense.
Do you have a character sheet for goodness gracious?
I have ride.
Well, I see where you're coming from. Not the same.
I don't have a character sheet for goodness gracious. Unfortunately, 7E did not have the ability for me to create an horse.
Fair.
Specifically a Shetland pony, which wouldn't share like stallion.
Is
feats.
there something that Cathy can do with the yarn that would instead of rolling bad luck for goodness gracious.
Okay.
Doing something. But you don't have to roll. Or what are you doing? You've
I'm
already
gonna roll
rolled
crochet.
You roll crochet? Don't let me get in your way.
That's fail.
You can roll crochet with advantage because you
Alright.
succeeded on your luck check so well.
What's your
That's a success.
in crochet?
Excellent.
That's
Okay,
incredible.
so I'm gonna say that was a success. That as the yarn is coming out from her as she's running, like little loops are being made and like coming out in the yarn, so that the hoof steps on the loop. It's like a trap and pulls tight and trips. Goodness gracious.
Tom, how do we feel?
Hey, it's her role. I'm not here to argue if she wants to crochet loops. Darn tootin', she's crocheting loops.
We have seen a tremendous luck roll. We've seen a tremendous crochet roll.
Agreed.
I think
first in Call of Cthulhu history.
I'm not here to step on people's toes. I'm here to get to the truth.
You're here to.
But your horses. though.
Yeah.
Well,
Horses here.
Goodness gracious, about to take a tumble and she's gonna whine. It's gonna be sad.
Goodness gracious. Goodness
What?
gracious. Hello, you've reached the call center of Cthulhu. This is Olive. Please hold. Goodness gracious takes a tumble, gets her hooves caught in the yarn
My goodness.
crocheted loops, and tumbles away. Closely behind you, you can see Lonestar and Craig starting to catch up as you keep running.
I would not abandon goodness gracious.
He was riding. Goodness gracious.
I was astride my steed.
Craig, are you in pursuit?
Craig is pursuing.
And Howie, are you pursuing?
Yeah, but like further back.
Okay. Cathy, you're running. The three of you left behind, you all make it to goodness gracious. Cathy is gone. As you sit with the horse and all together, trying to figure out what the heck is going on, the walls around you start to split. Doors of offices and closets around you start to open. And in them you see something familiar, something you saw earlier today in the interdimensional gateways.
It's a bag of soup.
There is a bag of soup in one of them, to be fair. He was saving that for later. One doorway flashes an image of a man in a red suit. Another doorway shows a spaceship flying away into the unknown. Another door flips open, and you see a dark figure of a dog retreating into a corner. Blood everywhere. And a whole bunch of pebbles fall on the ground from seemingly nowhere. The hallway twists and turns. The walls crack. Doors fly open. The lights turn off. You're in darkness. And that's where we will end today's episode.
Thanks for making it this far. This is the end of part 2 of Catherine's one-shot, part 3 in 2 weeks. This podcast is edited, mixed, and mastered by me, Brian Gashgarian. All the music in the podcast is composed by me, except for our hold music, composed by Less Free Music. Special thanks to Catherine for keepering, and to Tom, Leah, and Alex for lending me their talent for this. You can find us on Insta, TikTok, and Twitch at The Stars Aren't Alright, or on Twitter at TSAA Podcast. But, as a reward for making it to the end, I would like to remind you that each day, horses create about 10 liters of saliva. Most of all, thanks to you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Fucking goodness gracious all along. She's a she.
It took every ounce of my being to not shoot the shit out of Cathy when she tripped out. Goodness gracious. Let me tell you right now, I have 3 shots. I did not do that.